Madam District Attorney Sandra Doorley and Sheriff Todd Baxter. I'll read from a November 3rd, 2017 story in the Democrat and Chronicle by Gary Craig. Sheriff's race between O'Flynn and Baxter grows heated in final days. And this has a picture of you, Sheriff Baxter, and you're at least 15 pounds overweight in this picture, holding an American flag. And you should never hold an American flag because you don't live in the United States of America. Another subplot, quote, another subplot is this. Baxter has been a Republican with right-leaning social views who has in the past voiced support for President Donald Trump. In Democratic circles, this does not sit well. Baxter has filed the paperwork to change parties. In New York, the change can't officially happen until after Election Day, and said he intends to remain a Democrat. Monroe County Democratic Party Chairwoman Jamie Romeo said Baxter would not be a candidate without the support of Democrats countywide. Then it goes on here to describe some of your political machinations and your disgraceful, say anything, pathetic existence. And it also notes that you, Madam District Attorney, you're also a say anything hack because you switch parties too. So what the hell do you two believe in? And that question answers itself. It's just a pursuit of power. And you'll do anything and say anything to acquire that power. And that includes switching parties because you each believe in nothing. So, now, Sheriff Baxter, I'm going to tell you about 1972. Because in 1972, I was 7 years old, and my mother loved Joe Namath. And I thought, well, if Mom loves Joe Namath, and Joe Namath is with the Jets, I got to be a Jet fan. So I'm a Jets fan. You got that, Todd, the fascist stooge? And I've been a Jets fan since 1972. And I've never changed teams. I didn't wake up one morning and decide, wow, his Giants are winning Super Bowls, and I'd rather be a Giants fan. So I didn't cash in my New York Jets, who haven't won the Super Bowl since 1969, to be a Giants fan just because the Giants were winning. I wasn't on the Giants bandwagon. I've been a Jet fan through some lean years. So, and I'm still a Jet fan. And I'm going to be a Jet fan until I'm 6 feet under Todd, baby. So, and Todd, also that same year, 1972, was the first time my dad took me to Shea Stadium, where the Jets played on that hideous field. And I still can't understand how they can fit the football field onto the Shea Stadium grass. Dad used to play in the dirt. Is ridiculous, but I digress. So Dad took me to Shea Stadium in 1972, and we sat in the left field stands, and it was terrific. And here in the Mets, this is my team since 1972. All right? And the 1970s were lean years for the Mets. They were awful. And guess who was the team in New York City after Reggie Jackson came to the Yankees from Baltimore? The Yankees won the World Series in 1977 and 1978, beat the Dodgers both years, all right? Now, when I was 12 years old, Todd the fascist stooge, I didn't suddenly decide those Yankees are winning, and I got to be a Yankee fan because I'm a Met fan. And I've been a Met fan my whole life, so I wasn't jumping on that Yankee bandwagon in 1977. I wasn't doing any of that. I wasn't jumping up and down for Bucky Dent. I didn't give a damn about Bucky Dent, even though the Mets were terrible with Craig Swan on the mound in 1978. Who the hell remembers Craig Swan? And you got to be a real Mets fan to know Craig Swan, and there are millions of real Met fans. So anyway, Todd, the fascist stooge, you'll say anything, party switcher. And so will you, Sandra Doorley. You know, here's your lawn sign, Sandra, sweetheart. You know why? It says re-elect Sandra Doorley, district attorney. It should say here, party switcher, flip-flopper, say anything, power choir. You know, I mean, it should have like Republican, Democrat, Democrat, Republican. I don't know what the hell I am on your lawn sign there, Sandra, sweetheart. So, anyway, and Sandra, I must say you look particularly fetching in your wedding dress with your husband, Juan Perón, because he's a fascist just like you, Sandra. So, anyway, now, I sent to you both on October 7th a Freedom of Information Law document demand. I'm not asking. Here it is. And I'm going to point to the key word in a FOIL, Freedom of Information Law. I know you were told there would be no acronyms, but FOIL means Freedom of Information Law, and the key words are freedom and law. So I'm going to point to the key word in this FOIL for you, Madam District Attorney and Sheriff Baxter, with the appropriate finger. It's law. L-A-W, baby. Do you understand that, Todd the Fascist Stooge? Do you understand that? Sandra Doorley appearing on national television murder porn to talk about Craig Rideout. He's still dead, Sandra. So here we go. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of filing records, quote, the public employee payroll for Mountain County Sheriff's Office and Mountain County Jail. That's the paperwork that compels you to send your public employee payroll to my home address. Where is it? October 7th, Todd, baby. There you go. Here, I'm going to point to the key word with the appropriate finger for you, Sandra, sweetheart, appearing. Oh, Sandra, do you have to appear on late night television murder porn to talk about Craig Rideout again? Do you have to get yourself all fixed up, get your hair done, buy a new dress to talk about that? Because Craig Rideout, memo to Sandra, he's still dead. So here we go. Freedom of Information Law document. Here's the key word for you, Sandra, right there. Law. I know you were told to be no spelling, Sandra, sweetheart. So, quote, I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of filing records. The public employee payroll for the Mountain County District Attorney's Office. End quote. Where is it? October 7th. Where's the public employee payroll? The law is a joke to both of you. The law is for other people who are both above the law, because I'm never going to get the Republican employee payroll as of right now, and I'm relentless. And I'm going to continue to send you these documents because I love humiliating you. I'm going to say that again. I love humiliating you. And what I'm doing is exposing your corruption and incompetence right here. With these documents, a FOIL is the weaponization of information. You want to be a Judge Kyle Steinbach? Why don't you take this FOIL here that I'm going to email, and you're going to get a copy of it. And why don't you take this FOIL, since you want to be a Judge Kyle, to your boss, Sandra Doorley. And then perhaps you can walk it over to Sheriff Stooge Baxter, too. Because guess what, Kyle? Since you want to be a judge, judge is supposed to uphold the law in Monroe County. So here I am with the law in my hand, demanding how much Todd Baxter pays his fanatics to abridge my civil and constitutional rights. And this fascist stooge refuses to tell me. So, now, Todd, I know you have to rehearse the eye poke, nose honk, and face slap with Mo, Larry, and Curly right now, but try to focus on how I'm ridiculing your pathetic existence, okay? So, now, where is it? Where's the public employee payroll? And the reason why I have not received it is because you understand, Sheriff Baxter and District Attorney Doorley, that if the people of Monroe County know and learn when you pay your public employees in the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County District Attorney's Office, it will ignite rage. That's just the base salary, too, because there are ways to earn compensation beyond the base salary, and I'm going to be demanding that as well. And you're also going to refuse to tell me, like, for example, time and a half. And that's a vague definition. That can mean many things. So, now, Todd, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're going to fix your straitjacket later. Okay? How are you going to obstruct justice when you're wearing your straitjacket? All right? I bought you a special whack job model, and you owe me $149.95. Do you understand me, Todd the Fascist Stooge? You got that? Huh? So, now, this is what you're going to receive on October 21st, and you're going to ignore it because you're both above the law. Application for access to records, Freedom of Information Law. Hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of filing records, public employee payroll for Mountain County District Attorney's Office. What's not to understand about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 words? 11 words, Sandra Doorley, party switching, say anything, fraud. Application for access to records, Freedom of Information Law document. I'll point to the key word with the appropriate finger, law. Public employee payroll for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail. Do you understand that? Todd Baxter, party switching, say anything, fraud. So, I walked through this parking lot 4,000 times. You want to nail me to the wall for walking through a parking lot with your freak show, Sheriff Baxter? So you put a surveillance device on that building at 2025 Penfield Road. And you're lying about it and you're denying it. Because it sounds like a freak show and it's easy to just dismiss a freak show. We don't know what he's talking about. It's a camera you bought and I was on it. It was on your deputy whack job's phone when you descended on me. And he showed it to me. And it has an assigned number. So I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of the following records. The cost of the surveillance device purchased from taxpayer dollars and fixed to a building at 2025 Penfield Road to monitor Christopher Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive. Walks through the parking lot next to the building. Because I'm transforming whack jobs, Layla Kumar and Nayraj Shah into a V for victim just by walking through the parking lot that I've walked through 4,000 times. And the reason why you never heard my name is Dr. Gloria Nichols used to be in that building. And she would say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi, how are you? Such a friendly, nice person. Because she would see these 20-plus people a day walking through the parking lot, including my neighbors who just walked through it tonight and last night. And both times they were holding a flashlight. So on your surveillance device camera, you can see them with their flashlights. You can see it. And I can see everybody from where I'm sitting walking through the park, and nobody's going to be arrested except me. So where's my 14th Amendment right, the equal protections of the laws? Todd, the fascist stooge, and party-switching fraud, Sandra Doorley. Say anything, Sandra? So, you get this. I want to know who's at that Monroe County jail. That is a criminal enterprise, that jail. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of the following records and names and charges of every inmate at Monroe County Jail from January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2018. Do you understand that? The name and the charge. That's all I want. Because I want to talk to these people about their experience there. Public facility. People are brought to it in a public proceeding. And I'm demanding who was there and the charge. Quote, cost for a trip to Atlanta, Georgia for hotel and boarding for Monroe County Sheriff employee Ryan Fisher to attend the Super Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia with his canine dog, Lola, on February 3rd, 2019. What the hell are you doing sending Ryan Fisher, a public employee? There he is, Todd, the fascist stooge. There's your employee with his canine, Lola. What are you doing sending him to Mercedes-Benz Stadium out of Monroe County, out of New York State, across state lines, 2,000 miles away to Atlanta, Georgia? How much did that trip cost the taxpayers of Monroe County in New York? How much? And you will refuse to answer because you are above the law, Sheriff Stooge Baxter. So, now, during my career in Washington, D.C. and Albany, I have seen men behave in disturbing ways with their behavior around women, as far as disgusting language, asking women out on dates and being rebuffed. Not often, but I've seen it. And what I had heard when I worked on the Hill and in Albany from people that I trust is just disgusting. Things that I did not see with my own two eyes, but I heard about it from people with credibility that would know. So, liberty is the soul's right to breathe. And if someone is being sexually harassed at work, they don't have the right to breathe. So what I want to know about your appalling 1984 Sheriff Stooge Baxter is if you have settled employment-related discrimination lawsuits because of sexual harassment. That's what I want to know. Do you have employees that have been sexually harassed at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office by other employees, and have you been forced to provide a settlement to those employees? I hereby apply to inspect and obtain a copy of the following records. Quote, the cost of taxpayers if Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter has suspended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits for failure to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And you know what you're going to do with that, Sheriff Baxter? You know what you're going to do with this? I want to know, I'm demanding to know, if you're using taxpayer dollars to settle a sexual harassment lawsuit at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, because I've seen the way your fanatics behave. This is a disgusting, repulsive, bankrupt criminal enterprise that you are the snakehead of. And I have zero doubt that your public employees are sexually harassing female public employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I'll be more specific. I have no doubt that your male public employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office are sexually harassing female public employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And what do I mean by that? Because it's easy to say something amorphous along the lines of sexual harassment. I mean, if a male is asking a female out on a date constantly, she's refusing and says no. She constantly has to say no. Would you like to go out for a drink with me after work? She says no. Would you like to go to lunch with me? She says no. Anything that is defined as behavior outside of work where the male is asking the female to do something and the female is saying no is sexual harassment. Because she's constantly under siege with no, leave me alone. Because the man wants to obviously have sex with her. And the way you get to that point, you first have to go somewhere out of the office in order to arrive at the point where you can have intercourse. Are you following me here? That's the way it works with these repulsive people who don't understand the dignity of the soul. So, the cost of taxpayers of Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter has expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits for failure to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. You have 170 employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. These are fanatics that work under you, Todd the fascist stooge. Fanatics, because I've seen them, and I've seen the way they behave. And it is stomach-turning the way your public employees comport themselves. So, I have no doubt that these males are sexually harassing these females. I don't know who it is, of course, but that's going on. And in all likelihood, it'll never be made public. Because a woman doesn't want her name in the newspaper or out in the public sphere where she has to talk about these things, because this is a victim. And there are some people that do not celebrate victimhood. You know, one of the things that I find very troubling about the United States of America is everybody wants to be a victim. Well, if you're being sexually harassed at work, you are a victim. But some people don't champion being a victim. They just understand what's happened and they move on with their lives. And that's the way you're supposed to be in life. You can't dwell on things that happen to you. But you can seek justice. And that's what I'm doing with you. Seeking justice and exposing you. Your incompetence and your corruption and your fanaticism. Do you understand what I'm talking about, Todd the fascist stooge, the party switcher? Do you understand what I'm talking about? You fake, you fraud party switcher, Sandra Doorley, say anything? Huh? Now we have the Sheriff Todd Baxter job application. Are you a whack job? Yes or no? All right? Part 2. Do you abridge the civil and constitutional rights of Chris Chichester? Yes or no? You got that? So, where is your public employee payroll, Sandra Doorley and Sheriff Baxter? Where is it? Oh, Todd, do you have to switch teams again? Do you want to be a Giants fan now? Or do you want to be a Jets fan? Because you're a party switcher. Which team is your team now, Todd? Which is it? Is it the Giants or the Jets? You got to tell me, all right? And you too, Sandra. Which team is your team? I can tell you can pick the Giants, and next year you could be the Jets, all right? And, which team do you want to be here? Because we got 2 teams in New York, got the Mets and the Yankees. Which team? You could be the Mets this year and the Yankees next year, okay? All right, Sandra, which team are you going to be? All right, can you make up your mind which team you're going to be on, huh? You two will say anything, do anything. That's your entire pathetic existence. So, here comes the toothless grass cutter. They're cutting grass alongside my residence that Layla Kumar and Nayraj Shah don't own and can't prove they own. And they were here again today on a Sunday. And you're going to hear more from me about that. How would you like it if at 7 o'clock in the morning you and Mrs. Fascist Stooge, Todd, are sleeping and here they come alongside your residence? You wouldn't like it. And Laura didn't like it either, my ex. My beautiful, perfect ex I've known for 30 years. So I'm demanding your payroll, Todd the Fascist Stooge. You know what that is? That's a refused. And I'm also demanding the title to the property alongside my house and this whack job, Layla Kumarshan. She refused. So I'm demanding that they prove that they own this land, that I was outside for 30 seconds. They don't own that land. I walk inside my house, and you're waiting for me to go outside because you told them to get on this tractor to go by my house, and you set me up. So I'm demanding your payroll, Todd the Fascist Stooge, and you refuse. And I'm demanding that this whack job, Layla Kumar Shah, prove that she owns this land next to my house. She's refusing to open her mail, and they're still sending these parasites alongside my residence to cut the grass. They do not own that land inside my house. Have you arrested me for this? This is the lunatic fringe. I had to tell my mother and father I was arrested. And my mother said, I know you didn't do anything wrong, Chris. And then she started to cry. This is what you're doing to me. 30 seconds I'm out there. How is that possibly a crime? Huh? How is that a crime? I walk outside. They don't own that land to come back in. That's because Steve Desmond of Broccolo Tree and Lawn Care got on the phone. He called your Panorama Trail office. They're waiting for the phone call, and 6 of you were here. And I knew you got here when Deputy Whackjob Meyer fell down in my backyard right on her face. So, and the other appalling thing, why hasn't Andrew Reale been fired? I go to the now defunct PW Fitness in Penfield, and I know I can now take a vicious punch. And I'm at the back of the gym. There's hardly anybody in there. I'm on the bench press. I'm doing 3 sets of 10. And up walks to me the gym psychopath. Every gym has the gym psychopath, and this time it's Jermaine Benman. And Jermaine Benman at the gym, he screams when he uses the weights. Not just a grunt. You go to Planet Fitness, they have an admonition there, no grunting. Right? And I don't grunt ever. He's screaming Benman. And I would see this character at the gym thinking, wow, this guy's really got some issues. So I'm on the bench press, 3 sets of 10. I'm about to lean back and do the 3rd set of 10, and up walks Benman to me, the gym psychopath. He goes like this, doesn't say anything. The gym psychopath does not talk at the gym. He just goes like this. I always ignore the gym psychopath, and I never let the gym psychopath tell me what to do. So I say, I'll be 30 seconds, and I lean back to continue the exercise. Benman stands over me. He's got his left leg over me, his right leg over me. I'm looking up at his gym shorts, and I can see the outline of his small penis, and he's got a small penis like you, Todd the Fascist Stooge, no doubt. So I begin to lean up like this to ask him what he's doing, and he punches down like this, and my head snaps back, and I was going to kick him in the balls. That was my first reaction, because I can handle myself. But that would make me a violent thug like him, and I'm not a violent thug, and I don't believe in violence. And when I think about it in retrospect, I should have kicked him in the balls. We should have had it out right there. I should have attacked this guy, and I can handle myself. Going all the way back to when I was in 101st Airborne Division. Not as well as I used to, but I can handle myself. I should have attacked this guy and torn his head off right there, metaphorically. Because what happened is a witness called the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and I go outside with Benman, and Andrew Reale arrives. Who knows me, who's been here because of these whack jobs, Layla Kumar and A.R. Shine. Andrew Reale decides he's going to put the screws to me. So he's talking to Benman while he tells me to wait in his police vehicle, and then he's talking to Benman. So I'm watching Reale talk to Benman, and I know this is not going to be good for me. And Reale marches Benman over to the side of the vehicle. I look up at Benman, and Benman says, I want to press charges against you. And that is how I'm charged with harassment second, sitting in the back seat of Andrew Reale's Monroe County Sheriff's vehicle. I exit the vehicle, and he hands me the ticket that says harassment second. I told him he was a disgrace. I'm walking back down to my residence on Penfield Road. I'm looking at this. I've never harassed anybody in my life, and everybody who's ever known me will confirm that. Pardon me, Todd the Fascist Stooge. The toothless grass cutter from Broccolo Tree and Lawn Care is here again, and you know what he wears on his head, Todd the Fascist Stooge? Here he is on his tractor at 7 o'clock in the morning, and guess what he's wearing on his head, Todd the Fascist Stooge? Why do you think that he has a device on his head when he's cutting grass next to my residence at 7 o'clock in the morning like today? Because the tractor is so loud. So, I go outside to confront this guy. And there's your surveillance device. I'm on your camera, and I've demanded this video 50 times. And you don't say, what are we talking about? What video? What camera? You're buying a camera, a surveillance device, to see if I walk through a parking lot, and there it is. That's it. And I found out about this because this Kool-Aid drinking Jonestown whack job, Elliot Ross, says to me, you're going to be arrested. I don't know what he's talking about. So you're planning my arrest when I'm not even in the parking lot. And then you arrested me without walking through the parking lot, which is the charging document. I mean, the corruption, the buffoonery of your Monroe County Sheriff's Office is at an apex. So I have to go to Penfield Town Court and appear before John P. Lomenzo Jr., who's releasing sexual predator Daniel Delouse in Penfield. And you know what happens? Sandra Doorley, the district attorney, Madam District Attorney, re-elect Sandra Doorley, party-switching fraud. Do you know what happens? Party-switching fraud, Sandra Doorley. I look over, and you know what your assistant district attorney says in Penfield Town Court? I'll tell you. I got the transcript. I'm going to read the transcript of what she says. I got it right here in front of me. All right? I'll read the transcript. Did you understand the transcript? I'll hold up the transcript of what your assistant district attorney, that's what she said. That's her argument against me and the nauseating star chamber of Penfield Town Court for John P. Lomenzo Jr., who's freeing sexual predator Daniel Delouse III because he has a relationship with Daniel Delouse II. That's it. So, Sandra Doorley, your DA, party-switching fraud. Why should I vote for you, Sandra? Tell me. When your assistant district attorney makes no argument, I go in the back and there's Andrew Reale waiting for me. Put your hands behind your back and I'm taking to Monroe County Jail as an innocent man. Conviction, integrity, unit. You have to have integrity to recognize integrity. Party-switching fraud, Sandra Doorley. So, now, Todd, you know, I noticed from this Democrat and Chronicle story that you, just like your numerous whack jobs, are overweight. You know why, Todd? Because you eat too many of these Twinkies at your Wegmans Food Market's headquarters. You, Todd, the fascist stooge, need to lay off these Twinkies. You got that? And you know, I know why you buy these at your Wegmans Food Market's headquarters. It's your Wegmans Food Market's headquarters because you always have two of your badge-wearing, gun-carrying Barney Fife jokes alongside the building doing nothing because you think Danny and Colleen Wegman are a crime family. So here you have your Twinkies, and I know why you're eating these Twinkies, Todd, because you fall for this advertising here by Hostess where it says golden sponge cake with creamy filling. You see that, Todd, the fascist stooge, along with your other fascist stooges, your whack jobs, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. You see that seductive advertising, golden sponge cake with creamy filling, and you can't resist these Twinkies, Todd, baby. I mean, I bet you're eating these Twinkies right now listening to me mock and ridicule your pathetic, nauseating, corrupt existence. So, now, Michael Radler, how's it going with your double dipping? You know, I'm accusing you of collecting two paychecks, and I know you're collecting two paychecks, so here they are right here, and Todd Baxter signed both of your paychecks. So, Michael Radler, as a double dipper, what did you spend your money on today? Because today's, the weekend is Sunday. What are you spending your money on? Did you have a good time on Sunday? It's a day off. You had all day to do shopping. Huh? Did you go to Marketplace Mall and spend your two paychecks, Michael Radler? Huh? You double dipper? So, anyway, Sandra, I'm sending you certified mail. Where's the payroll, Sandra? Where's the payroll? Where's the payroll? Huh? Now, you're going to continue to hear from me. Oh, pardon me. Todd, why are these public employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office underwater in a pool? Did you spend taxpayer dollars to take a picture of your whack jobs underwater in a pool? That's what I want to know. Because this is absurd, ridiculous, and I love it. This was on your Facebook page. You're bragging about taking a picture of your underwater whack jobs in a pool. So, anyway, now here we have the public employee payroll for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, September 25th. No answer. September 25th. Demanding surveillance device, no answer. Well, what surveillance device? We would never do such a thing as affix a surveillance device to a building at 2025 Bedford Road. See if an innocent American walks through the parking lot for the 4,000th time. What the hell are you talking about? I didn't hear that. So name the charges of every inmate in Monroe County Jail. What? September 25th. Where is it? The name the charge. Oh, so I want to talk to these people. Because you're above the law. Here we go again. The cost of trip to Atlanta, Georgia. How much did you pay in taxpayer dollars? Send Ryan Fisher to Atlanta, Georgia. Huh? There he is. Where's your guy, Ryan Fisher, with Lola? All right, his little Monroe County Sheriff Office badge around his neck. It's such a beautiful dog. Oh, boy, that's really a gorgeous dog. So anyway, he's more qualified to be a Monroe County Sheriff's employee than Ryan Fisher. So I want to know what the cost was. You know why? Because when I get ready to send these videos out, I want to be able to say that you expended taxpayer dollars, and this is the amount to send Ryan Fisher to Atlanta, Georgia for the Super Bowl. And you, of course, will refuse. You have to refuse that, just like you're going to refuse everything else. Because everything here, all this documents you're refusing to answer is an indictment of your corruption. Todd Baxter and Sandra Doorley. So, cost of taxpayers of Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits fair to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Sent that on September 25th. What's the answer? Huh? Now, this is a blank foil. And I'm going to use that blank foil as a weapon upon you because a foil is the weaponization of information. So, now, does my life matter? Does my life count? What is innocence? You don't know what innocence is. Innocence is irrelevant. Innocence is an alien concept. Innocence does not exist in the corrupt, vile, disgusting Monroe County Sheriff's Office of Todd Baxter and District Attorney's Office of Sandra Doorley.